My parents, who were also some of my cult abusers, they had no empathy and no compassion. They could fake it, they could mask it in polite society, but they had no compassion and empathy. But they also enjoyed, I got so much pleasure out of it, but also got sexually off on my pain and other kids' pain and fear and terror. They had no empathy, but none of the cult abusers did. There was one or two that could fake it a little better. Like for me, the other mother, who was trying to make me bond to her and the cult and trying to make me trust her and the cult, but she would switch it on a dime, and it was for the mind control. It was intentional to try and create parts of me bonded to her and then create the extreme pain of like betrayal. But they all had a lack of compassion and empathy. I know some people are born as psychopaths or just lacking compassion and empathy, but I think that the lack of compassion and empathy was trained into them. But it's also, I think, because they chose to be an abuser. And I say chose because I have intense compassion and empathy. I have love. I can feel it. They didn't. But I chose to be the opposite of the cult. I chose to be the opposite of my abusers. They chose to be abusers maybe because they got benefit out of it from the cult. They were tortured less. They got benefits. But they have no empathy and compassion. And to me, that is soulless. That's not a way to live. To me, it's not living. To have no compassion and empathy for others, but also to enjoy hurting and torturing others, that's not living to me. They would laugh at me and look down at me and pity me for my vulnerability and for my caring about all the other kids who got tortured and trying to intervene. But it's a strength. It's a strength to love and care and have compassion and empathy and to get safe or to try and get safe. That is a strength, to have humanity. I am so glad I was able to choose to be the opposite of them. So glad that so many survivors have been able to do that. And that is a strength.